Hello, my friends. It's me. This is part 3 of our adventure with Tilly and Toto, and in this final chapter, we'll see if they can make it home under the stars. Let's begin. After their hard work, extinguishing the flare star in the sky, Tilly and Toto raced back up the hill towards the moon portal. They had to hurry so they wouldn't miss its last activation before disappearing forever. As the moon portal began to glow, they knew they were almost too late. "Come on, Toto, hold out your paw," said Tilly. She was about to step through when she turned and spotted something. Her heart sank. On the other side of the portal stood Noctis the owl, his eyes downcast, his feathers drooping. He hadn't been there moments before. How did he get there? Had he followed them? Why? But then she remembered what he'd said, that he'd stay with them until the end. With one last look at Earth, Tilly and Toto stepped into the swirling light of the portal together, leaving their home planet far behind. When the light faded, they found themselves in a place like no other. Before them lay a field of dreamy flowers that glowed with soft starlight. Above, wisps of clouds drifted lazily across the sky. In the distance, mountains rose majestically, their peaks touching the twinkling stars. All around them, motes of dust danced in the gentle breeze. "It's beautiful," whispered Tilly, her eyes wide with wonder. She twirled, sending sparks flying from her shoes. "But where are we?" asked Toto, looking around curiously. "This must be the Moon Meadow," said Tilly. "It's just as Noctis described. Now we just need to find the Moonlight Bridge. That's our only way home." As they walked, the flower petals brushed against Tilly's legs. They were cool to the touch and smelled like sweet dreams. Suddenly, Toto stopped. "Do you hear that?" he asked. His ears perked. A gentle humming sound echoed through the air. Following the melody, they came to a clearing, and there in front of them, stretching across the sky like a rainbow, was the legendary Moonlight Bridge. Or rather, what was left of it. The once magnificent structure was now broken into 1,000 pieces. Each shard floated listlessly in space, too far away to reach. Disappointment washed over Tilly. "We'll never be able to fix it," she sighed. "How are we supposed to get home now?" Toto wanted to be brave for Tilly, but he couldn't help feeling a little scared. What would happen now? Would they ever see their home again? Just then, Noctis landed on a nearby flower pot. "Don't lose hope," he hooted. "There's still a chance, a small one, but it might just work." Then he explained his idea, an idea that would require all their courage, all their strength, and most importantly, all their belief. Rebuilding the Moonlight Bridge would take every piece of the shattered shards, but where could they find such a thing? Suddenly, Toto remembered. "I have an idea," he barked and dashed off. In a few moments, he returned with a small bag. Inside was something that shimmered like captured moonlight. The glowing crystal from the Cave of Whispers in Part 1. "Maybe it's not a coincidence that you brought this," said Noctis, his eyes gleaming. Tilly felt a surge of hope. Placing the crystal on the ground, they arranged the fragments around it in a circle. As they worked, Noctis chanted an ancient rhyme, his voice echoing across the meadow. "Crystal clear, let moonlight appear, mend the bridge, restore our sight, guide us home in the dead of night." The shards hummed softly, their edges glowing with a silvery light. One by one, they fused together, drawn to the crystal-like pieces of a puzzle. Soon, only one fragment remained, the largest and most important piece of the bridge. It hovered above them, suspended in the darkness. Tilly knew she had to do something. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes and wished with all her might for the bridge to be whole again. When she opened her eyes, she saw Toto standing on the last piece. His paws were outstretched, his body trembling with determination. And then, believe it or not, the remaining shard began to glow. Slowly, surely, it moved forward, floating towards the rest of the bridge. Noctis continued his chant, his voice growing stronger. "When hearts align and hope is near, let moonlight shine and paths appear. Believe, believe, let it be, whole and free." The last piece touched down on the bridge, completing the structure. For a moment, everything was silent. Then the bridge shimmered, not just with silvery light, but with all the colors of the rainbow. It pulsed with energy, thrumming like a living thing. The melody they'd heard before swelled, rising in volume. It was a song of joy, of triumph, of a new beginning. Tilly, Toto and Noctis stared in awe as the Moonlight Bridge stretched across the sky, connecting their world to the Moon Meadow. Their journey home was about to begin. With a final hoot, Noctis took flight. "Follow me," he called. And with that, he led them across the bridge. They flew across fields of starlight, past mountains that touched the clouds. Below them, galaxies twinkled like fallen stars. Finally, the familiar shape of Earth appeared in the distance. The bridge shimmered one last time, then dissolved into a shower of sparks, leaving Tilly, Toto, and Noctis suspended in midair. Gently, very gently, they began to fall. It was slow and peaceful, like floating in a dream. As they descended, the wind whispered secrets in Tilly's ear. She felt free, lighter than air. She looked back. The Moon Meadow was gone, vanished from sight.
Only
a faint glow marked its place.
da 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 da.
Soon they were tumbling end over end through the air, laughing as they went. The wind snatched their voices and carried them far and wide. When they landed, brushing themselves off, they realized they were in the middle of a forest. Tall trees surrounded them, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. Sunlight streamed through the branches, dappling the ground in patches of gold. Flowers of every color imaginable dotted the landscape, their petals soft as velvet. Birds sang sweetly from hidden nests. A gentle stream babbled nearby. It was a place of peace, of tranquility, of healing. And as Tilly, Toto, and Noctis made their way home, they knew that they weren't just leaving a forest behind, or leaving a part of themselves in this enchanted place, a reminder of their journey, a testament to their friendship. When the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, Tilly and Toto found themselves back in their own bed. They snuggled close, their bodies warm and heavy with sleep. Around them, the sky outside began to lighten, the darkness fading into soft shades of pink and orange. The chirping of birds drifted in through the window, mingling with the sweet smell of morning dew. Toto yawned, stretching his paws above his head. "What do you think?" he asked sleepily. "Was it all a dream?" Tilly smiled, her eyes sparkling with the memory of their adventure. "The best adventures always are," she whispered. And as the sun rose higher, bathing their room in golden light, they knew that no matter where their paths might lead them next, the magic of their journey would live on in their hearts forever. Hey, my young adventurers, thank you for joining Tilly and Toto on their extraordinary journey to the Moon Meadow. Did you have fun today? So, why not show us by giving this video a thumbs up? We also have lots more exciting stories waiting for you, so don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, keep believing in the magic of stories and the power of friendship. And remember, the best adventures are the ones that stay with you forever. Goodbye.